Semi-final number 2, Battlefield of Eternity, kicks us off as we're heading into the best of 3 series. Team Ash against the three-legged cat. Alright, let's see who advances to the grand final here. We're in qualifier number 5 for the X-Cup Winter Playoffs. And already we got Lucio banned on Battlefield. We have a lot of Battlefield today. I think this is the third time that we're playing on Battlefield already today. So bans are going to be interesting. I mean, again, Jojo is getting picked and banned a whole lot. We have the same happening with Rhaegar, with Stukov. On this map, you have additional priority on damage dealers like Hanzo, Vala, and Li Ming. Rhaegar and Stukov are both getting eliminated by the cats. So they're banning those out. And what are we getting as a first pick now for Team Ash? I mean, on this map it's really difficult to tell because there's so many different ways of how you can actually play this one. You can go into an early Hanzo pick if you want. If you're prioritizing Vala, you can do that too. Even just going for a solid side laner is going to help you here. So it's all a question of what kind of playstyle you are looking for. Just simple immortal pressure. Are you just going for team fights? In this case, we get again Johanna, as mentioned earlier. She is high priority these days. Blaze and Anduin. And they're not wasting a second. Insta double pick. So with Anduin taking this early, you obviously have to ask yourself right away, are we going to see the combo with Genji, yes or no? Do we get that Genji pick so that they play Light Bomb with the Swift Strike engage? That has worked incredibly well for Team Ash earlier today. So that Anduin pick might even be a little bit of a deny. Renella on Brightwing and Bishops on Hanzo. Yeah, Bishops has one of his favorite heroes again. Those arrows are going to be aimed down hard. Our Wilhelm Tell of Heroes of the Storm is going to try and hit that bullseye. Going full Robin Hood on us. And how much time do you think that Hanzo is actually spending in the bathroom every day? I mean, seriously, look at that face. Like, that beard and that hair, he needs a long time, right? Like, if you have a smooth hairstyle, an aerodynamic hairstyle, not only does that give you the extra edge when you're talking about any kind of sports where aerodynamics are important, but at the same time, it cuts down bathroom time significantly. I mean, really by a lot. But when I look at Hanzo, and I look at that beard, and I look at that hair, I'm like, how much time do you spend in the bathroom? I mean, honestly, we should put a poll up at some point. Who spends more time in the bathroom? Hanzo or Tracer? Then again, on the other side, you got Anduin, and he doesn't look any better there. The Nick Card of the Nexus. Li Ming as damage, and well, Genji got already banned out. I don't really think that they needed to ban that. Normally it's Bishops who plays it for them, and he already has his Hanzo. But as I said earlier, Li Ming is actually like a really good pick, because the combos can always be YOLO towards the Immortal, and then the other team has to decide, do they want to take the Immortal damage, or do they just put someone in the way? It's like, you soaked that. So, yeah. Last double pick, we got Mitra and Morenas, and that's Sylvanas and Diablo. So Jojo finds herself in that side lane position. We've seen it a bit more often. I really like it. I really do. Diablo and Johanna. It's a pretty brutal comp at the front. And we get Imperius on the other side. He's starting to make a bit of a comeback lately. Was already played in the last qualifier. Blaze and Imperius at the front line together with Hoga. Well, that's it for map number 1, Battlefield of Eternity, everybody. Without further ado, game number 1 between Team Ash and the three-legged cat. Game number 1. Left side of the map, the blue team with Renella on Brightwing. Bishops on Hanzo. We got Mitra on Sylvanas. Morenas on Johanna, playing side lane Jojo. And Denado with Diablo. Drakius playing Li Ming for the cats. We got Johan on Imperius. Yes, exactly. And Herath on Hoga with Honio on Blaze. And Captain Rex on Anduin. Okay, game number 1. Best of 3 series here in the semifinal. Who moves on to the next round? And who's going to claim this one? Honestly, now that I think about it, it doesn't really surprise me all that much that we have Battlefield of Eternity for the 3rd time today, because the thing is, this is the 3rd time that we find ourselves in a match where Team Ash plays. And they pick the map every single time, so that explains a lot here. Nice save on Diablo, at least initially. It was really well done. The timing of Brighton was absolutely on point. And it seems like they are able to survive all of this. The question is more so, can Hogga survive? And I don't think so. So Hogga goes down, but Hanzo is also dead. Not a good day for Hanzos. Was already a bit of a problem earlier, and now it's exactly the same. So yes, everybody gets murdered. But that was a good save from Brightwing, and then Hogga died. But yeah, Imperius is now here too. We got at the top Hogga, down here it's the Imperius and Blaze combo for stuns, and a few more stuns. Everything to set up kills for Drak here, so that he can get a reset and start to snowball the fight even further. Once they've been looking at his Calamity on level 7, that's obviously going to be even more true than now. They are going for that fight, but the blue team is definitely contesting it. They're saying, alright boys, we're willing to battle this one. Diablo is already moving in, Imperius is coming in from the side too, but Blaze is already dead, and they take their camp. Well done. Second kill for Team Ash. The Russians coming in here again with the usual aggression. Yeah, Russian teams are always amongst the most fun teams to watch. I mean, they are always aggressive, they oftentimes don't really care if they go up against the talent advantage or against the numbers advantage. They're just like, Khaldor, it's no problem, no problem. And we are only 4 to 5, not an issue. Lacking a talent, no problem. Bit of vodka, we go in, we kill, and it's okay, you know? We die, we kill later, we win game. It's easy. Yeah, there is one of, like, honestly, there are certain stereotypes that are just, like, true, and when it comes to Russian teams, the aggression surrounding them is definitely a thing, and it is fucking funny to watch. These guys are always amazing, super entertaining, and I love it. That was true for the last 5-6 years, and it is to the day. Brightwing is down, and yep, here we go again. Dracula is moving in now too. Hanzo's on the way up to the top. It's a slaughter, baby. That's exactly what I'm talking about. In we go, another kill. Blaze, Jojo, Sylvanas, they're all dead. Hanzo is down. Denado. It's a 5-man wipe. Here we have it. 6 kills to 3, level ahead. Yeah, normally that aggression does well for them. This time it backfired pretty heavily. They lost everyone. So yeah, that was actually really good for the red team. They are not out yet though. This is exactly one of those situations, and I mean I'm making a little bit fun of it, but the one thing that always impressed me the most with teams like this is that they tend to fall behind in the early game and then they somehow fight their way back into it. We caught them at some point in Nexus cockroaches because you can never kill them. No matter how far ahead you are, they always come back. You can kill them 50 times and they're always back in the game. And I remember the Nations Cup when the Russian team initially always fell behind and then was able to make it back into the game and ended up in the grand final of all things. So yeah, these guys, never count them out. In this case, they have taken a bit of a backseat position though. They are in trouble, for sure. So they gotta be careful now. Because for them to claw their way back into this one is not gonna be easy. Battlefield of Eternity can be a bit snowbally, and that's what they have to try and avoid now. They have a very tanky frontline then again. So once that they're getting not only Jojo but also Diablo in a good position around level 10, they're going to be tanky as hell. And that should shield Hanzo and Sylvanas quite nicely. But of course the first objective is a pretty solid one for the three-legged cats. So those boys in red are now going to attempt to take down the first fort of the game, which is definitely going to be possible. My try eats the full barrage at this point. Now, the Immortal is already down at the bottom of the map. Top lane is still our 1 versus 1. But the worst thing is now happening for the blue team, and that is that the red team has also level 7 with that push. Not only did they win the objective, but they also have level 7, and now they can move through the bot lane and try to crush that fort. Now, they're fighting back nicely, but it's still going to be difficult to defend this. Because that 4 versus 4 is going very, very well for the cats. And the cats are starting to become more and more of a direct rival for Team Ash. That's definitely true. 50% gone on the fort, a little bit of poke damage by Hans himself. With level 7 talents now available on both sides. We also get the Lost Soul. And top side, Hogga, he's currently winning that battle against Morenas. Yeah, Jojo offers a lot in teamfights later on in particular. But at the top lane, she is definitely taking second position to Hanzo in that 1v1 battle that they're fighting out there. Now the stacks for Diablo, he's at 76 right now, so he's not fully stacked just yet on his baseline. So there's that. A little bit of poke from Bishops. His arrows, obviously, in previous games were absolutely legendary. Question is, can we repeat that? I would love to see a good old-fashioned Hanzo Arrow and Diablo Apocalypse combo. Problem with that is that oftentimes it's not even being executed because it's pretty difficult to hit the timing properly and to really get value out of it. There's just too many variables in that combo, and if you miss one part of it, then you wasted 2 of your cooldowns. So very likely we're not even going to see Apocalypse. The camp, by the way, was stolen. They just simply moved in and stole the camp away. Now, that's a little bit of a meme. It felt like they were on the point, but apparently they weren't. So now, not only does Hogger do an enormous amount of damage at the top because Johanna rotated down to the bottom of the map, but to add insult to injury, the whole reason why she moved down in the first place backfired quickly. So they didn't get the camp, they suffered damage at the top, and they are also still in a pretty bad spot regarding experience. A kill would work well, and yeah, who better to take down than Anduin, the pretty boy of the Nexus. So Anduin is gone, and that helps them, because now even with the level 10, if your support is missing, you're gonna think twice before you're fighting. But of course, the gap is big, and death timers are still low, so while the red team is now attacking, the blue team is doing the same thing, likely gonna win the halftime show, but the pretty boy is back to business, and now they have level 10 abilities, so we are likely gonna see that fight. And the moment of truth. What is the blue team gonna do? What is Team Oh shit, here we go again, gonna do? And they changed the acronym a little bit. Don't tell me they get another kill. Yeah, they're trying, but here comes the Horder pull. They go for Jojo. She's still alive. My try is a bit low. Might still be able to make it out of that fight, and they are buying themselves a lot of time, I gotta say. Not too bad. So right now they're still okay. They're gonna lose that objective, obviously, but I guess that was inevitable, considering that they didn't have heroics. Now they got level 10 for the defense, though, and as expected, it's the Lightning Breath over the APOC. Would have been kind of fun to see Apocalypse with Arrow, but as I said, it's not really the best combo. It was cool when it was played, but yeah, just a bit too risky. We got a Blessed Shield this time, though. And they can use that in the fights. Here already comes the first move. That arrow didn't do anything. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. That one is going straight to China this time. So, 4-6. The kill count still in favor of the three-legged cat. And off we go. The push through the bot lane. They make a play for Blaze. Jojo's the first one to fall, but Blaze dies too. Uh-oh. Here's the light bomb. And goodbye, Sylvanas. Hashtag not my fault, Chief. Brightwing is also dead. That's 3 kill. The cats, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, they're showing their claws here. They are roughing them up. So now we got the keep at the bot lane even in danger. With 50% remaining on the Immortal HP. They should be able to get this one. That is still a lot of damage that they have here. But they're not even committing. This is one of those situations where I'm honestly asking myself, couldn't you just commit to this? Nobody's turning it around on the Immortal, by the way, so the keep is down. Calculated. Clearly calculated. Yeah, these guys, they are rocket surgeons. Yeah, they know how to calculate that through properly. They looked at that and it was like, well, n to the power is like, well, no, if we just by 4.3 seconds, the Immortal is going to take that down. So, yeah, that's an easy one. So they take down the bottom keep, and that's before the 10-minute mark. Good on them. This is going to be real tricky for Team Ash to get back into. Like, real difficult. They have Sylvanas. That might make it a bit easier if at any point they're winning an objective. But so far, they haven't been able to do that. 9 kills to 5, and we got level 13. They should be able to close this before the next objective pops up. They should be able to. So there's still a bit of hope left. Level 13 talents give us the Illusionist here, standard build for Li Ming, no deviation away. You have a little bit of wiggle room on your level 4, but again, they're fine. Same time now, we got the Pummel. And we also got the Speed of the Pious. Yeah, Anduin over here again. As at the same time, what is this, half a level? Immortal spawning in 24, Brightwing in the bot lane. I'm likely going to lose this one, but they will be ready for the next objective. So, yep, there's that. Down goes the fort. Any moment, the blue team has level 13, and then they gotta fight this. So this is pretty much their best chance to get something done here. Because if they're losing the objective, then the top keep is gonna get attacked, and that's another problem. So yeah, wait for the talent, and then wreck them. Even a little bit ahead already. And off we go. We got the Roar, and we got the Fleet of Foot. Okay. Why do you need an entire fleet, by the way? Why are 2 foot not enough? Like, 2 should be enough, but like an entire fleet? I never really understood this. So, here's the moment. Honestly, this is the play. Now, you need to make some kind of headway here, or this is not going to end well for you in the long run. At least trade kills, get the hit points reduced a little bit. Top side, we got the Shaman Camp. Yeah. There's the play with a light bomb again, but already the barbecue move. Nicely done. Quick barbecue against Imperius, and he's down, and it seems like... Oh. Look at that. The Fleabag makes it out of the fight. That was a bit of a missed opportunity for Hansa here. Bishop's got real close at killing him, but wasn't able to completely lock him down here. But that was still close. By the way, this could become a... Oh, Li Ming, alright. She gets away. Bot lane, there's a couple of catapults marching towards the core. And the top keep is also getting attacked, but the blue team, again. Team Ash, they need to do something here. They win the halftime show, but somebody needs to deal with this. And somebody has to deal with that. So, yes. Here we have it. Morenas, he's trying his best, but in the meantime, the 3-legged cat is already moving over to the left side to try and take that Immortal down. Yep. Gotta get some kills. If you're the blue team, you still gotta get some kills here. They have 42,000 damage on Hanzo, but so far it's mostly poke damage that he has. And 29,000 from Hogger. 31 for Sylvana. I mean, even Jojo has 20,000 damage. It's a level until 16. It's now or never. Make your move, or you're gonna be in trouble. They got the camp at least, so that's good for them. They have a bit of counter pressure at the bot lane, especially now that Hogger was already busying himself bot side taking another camp, so they got the crosshair camp at least. Everybody's looking for a good angle and some kind of move they can make, maybe catch somebody out of position so that they can go in for an easy kill. Hasn't happened thus far. Especially, of course, Blaze could technically try to get that stun. Yeah, there's the arrow. Good connect, and that should be a kill. Ah, there it is. Anduin is down. Crybaby is gone. And the rest of the team is already retreating. Yep, they don't want to risk anything here. They know that if the blue team now takes the Immortal, they still will have an advantage in the defense because they should have the early level 16, which is likely going to be a bit better for them. But Team Ash is now fighting back. So Team Ash is starting to play this more aggressively now. They're getting their kills. It's 7 to 9. Both are closing on 16. Gap is actually nearly vanishingly close. Team Ash did a great job there. And here comes Sylvanas. And that's honestly the one ace that they still got in the hole here. The one thing they can use to make this push even more dangerous. Level 16, it's ready on both sides. And the fort is, the fort is going to fall 100%. Question is simply, what else can they do here? So, we have the Russians fighting back here. We told you, Khaldor, it's easy. You fall behind early on is not a problem. You fight later and you kill them. Kill them all and they die. You kill them, they die. It's not a problem. And then game is easy. You take a fort, you take keep, and you go cover. Win game, win game. Yeah, easy win. Not yet, but they're working on it. And with Sylvanas, they actually have a chance to take the bottom key. But yeah, they're not engaging too much yet. They're still showing signs of respect. So I'm not quite sure. Like, maybe they're not fully Russian. But yeah, they show at least some respect here for the opponent. And with a quick rotation towards the top, you could have maybe taken down that wall, but Sylvanas moved through the rest of them. So, yeah. But again, that gap, the big lead for the 3-legged cat, it's gone. My try is always up at the front, trying to use his passives there. But those combos from Li Ming are starting to become more and more of a problem. And yep, there it is. The move for the light bomb. The arrow. Nice connect in the back. And Li Ming is murdered. Li Ming gets ding-donged around. Diablo dies too, but he has his souls up. He's going to be back. The 4 versus 4 still going strong here. And they are getting pushed back. Seems like Morenas, they're willing to turn this again, and they're going for a quick polymorph. And the kill on Blaze. Andrew was trying to go for the pull here. But that did not work out anymore. It was too little, too late. And now they engage at the top side 4. They're going for it. And they're starting to take him on. Nice. I like it. Diablo's obviously back, as already mentioned. I mean, he has to stack it up again on the minion waves. But outside of that, they are now taking the fort. And that would pull them nearly on the same footing when it comes to... Honestly, are they going... Nah, they're going for the camp. For a second, I was thinking they might go down to the bottom of the map to try and take the fort down. Sorry, the keep. They need to... I guess Morenas is going to deal with the catapults. That's 3 already, and another one is moving into 9 seconds for Blaze. They still will have a small window where they can attack the Immortal, I suppose. So, yeah. But there it is. And Blaze is now back. But maybe they can even get it to the halftime show. Nobody dealt with the bot lane, by the way. I really thought that we would see Morenas move downwards and burn those catapults down. Someone has to do that. It's already too late in the game. We're 17 minutes in. If those 4 catapults make it towards the core, you're gonna have a problem. I'll have to take all the minions down. Arrow is out. Hits the back line. They go for Anduin again. They're trying for the fight. Diablo, keep in mind, he doesn't have his stacks. He's low. Low in HP, and he goes down. They try to get the kill on Hogger. This time they can't. The stun on Jojo, and Li Ming is attempting to follow up. They cannot get the kill, but the core is losing its shield, and it seems like Jojo's gonna die here. So that might even be game. The shield is already gone, the catapult's finally eliminated, but now it's a 5 versus 3 as they're going for the attack. 5 versus 3, no shields. They got both of the damage dealers still alive, but the core is falling. It's falling quickly, and all of those melees, they are zoning them out hard. They kill against Imperius, but Li Ming is still alive, and so is Pogger. They're trying to defend, but Li Ming still with the hits. Might try low, has to escape. He gets crushed, 40% on the core, and that is game, isn't it? The cats, they move in, they claw their way to victory as they take game number 1 and take the lead against Team Ash here on Battlefield of Eternity. GG. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2, Towers of Doom. The cats in the lead as they go up against Team Ash once again. Now, map number 1, again, it turned pretty quickly against Team Ash. They went for one of the big fights, they risked something, and they lost every single player on their team. So that was a bit crazy. Never really recovered from this. They had 1 or 2 moments later on in the game where it seemed like maybe they had it and they were finally back in the running. But yeah, it just wasn't happening for them. They lost the last fight, and then it was a bit of a problem here to try and defend the core with only 3 of their heroes being alive. Even the 2 damage dealers couldn't do too much. They killed Imperius, but that's all she wrote. Now we're finding ourselves on the second map, and of course the 3-legged cat would love nothing more than moving on to the grand final. Now keep in mind, these 2 are pretty much direct rivals in the standings right now, as the cats are trying to get farther and farther up the ladder to ensure that they maybe even secure themselves a spot in the top 4, and Team Ash is definitely an obstacle in their way. So a victory here would be worth a lot. Not only would you eliminate a direct competitor, but you would also guarantee yourself a good chunk of points for the standings so that you have a good playoff position. Now, Rhaegar and Stukov are both banned. We have Jojo and Zeratul eliminated. And now that we're finding ourselves in Towers of Doom, the insta-pick into the Haka. So the thing is, like, the entire pace and the entire vibe has already changed a little bit. With the Haka, you have now some macro tools at your disposal. We get Morenas' Blaze for the blue team, and my try with Lunara for continuous poke not only against minions and waves and heroes, but also, of course, against the bell towers. With Brightwing, we even have a second one. So technically, you can always move with Brightwing into a team fight and then go for that polymorph. Sylvanas for them too. Okay, very early commitment here. And of course, we're still waiting to see what exactly Bishops is going to take. Hanzo is still up. His Sylvanas, not so much. Cassia is another hero that he plays a lot. We've seen him also with Genji. That is more so hinging on whatever support they're going to play. So if they at some point feel, okay, Anduin is the way to go, then Genji becomes more of an option because the light bomb engage of Genji is pretty strong for them. And they did it also in previous games, so that's definitely still a thing. But as mentioned, he could also simply go for his Cassia or his Hanzo, which he usually prefers. For Denardo, Garrosh, okay. Garrosh plus Blaze. Lunara too, so we already got a few slows, a couple of stuns. And there's Anduin, and that makes Genji very likely here. Now he has options still, he still has options. That could of course be a play by the three-legged cat where they simply say, yeah, we see what you're doing and we're taking Genji away from you. But they still need a main tank. And then we'll see what else they pick. But now that they have Anduin on the blue team side, Genji has become a lot more likely. Falstad. And we need a tank. It's Murden, the dwarf. Light bomb engage with Genji onto the birdie. Tempting. Very tempting. And there he is. Genji gets taken. And yeah, it's time for Falstad to be very, very careful how he's going to play this. Towers of Doom is the second map. Now, if the Cats are able to win this one, they move on to the grand final to go off against Team Wham. But we'll see if Team Ash can maybe force game number 3 out of this series. Semifinal, everybody. 5th qualifier for the X-Cup Winter. Let's go. Towers of Doom, Renella on Anduin. Morenas is playing Blaze. We got Denardo on Garrosh, Mitra, and Lunara. And Bishops, as expected, on Genji. On the right side of the map, we got Dracula and Falstad. He's the one that has to be the most careful, because Genji is definitely going to make some plays for him. Hirath on Sylvanas, Hornio on Dehaka. We got Johan on Muradin. And Captain Rex is playing Brightwing. That in itself is already a little bit of heresy. By the way, Third Wind as level 1 talent. And time to party. Let's see. Are we going to get a battle in the middle of the map? Or are they just going to fall back and calling it a day and split back up on the lanes? Well, that answers the question, I suppose. Muradin is immediately in trouble. But Brightwing moves in with a heal. Not an issue so far. And they're all able to survive. At least until now. So yeah, a bit more action here. And especially the red team is a bit low on HP here. So they've been suffering slightly in that last encounter. Can they make it happen? I personally had Team Ash pegged as the favorite as we're heading into the series, but right now it seems like the team in blue, I mean, it doesn't seem like it, it's actually a fact, the team in blue is having a bit of a problem. They are one map down at this point, but of course the question still stands, what can they do here? Can they force game number 3, yes or no? And also, is the Cat in a position where they can win this one? It's not going to be easy for them, because Team Ash is very unhappy about the situation, can tell you that much. The game 1 started with that one team wipe against them, and that of course was a massive setback that definitely had an impact on the rest of the game. If they can avoid this from happening in game number 2 here, then they already have a much better position to begin with. Each team is going for their camp, nobody is playing aggressive and trying to steal the other's camp away. Genji is the first one to get attacked in the middle. Bishops gets caught a bit, but is still able to move out. Was also protected, by the way. So, no problem for him. And instead, seems like Brightwing is gonna die. Yep, that's a kill. Yeah. For a second, I was like, or is it? But no, Brightwing dies. I expected a little bit more body blocking here, but it wasn't even needed. The damage over time was more than enough to take him down here. So yeah, good for them. Now, besides that, we have... it's the first kill of the game. It's like not really too much happening just yet. First objective is also going to be announced soon. We've got all level 4 talents. Once again, we got the Piercing Light over here. And obviously, it's all about the synergy with the ult and Genji. You want to have these dangerous engages into your opponent's backline and play around those. And that's what we're going to see time and time again. They used it previously in this very tournament. And I don't expect anything else here. Bishops had very good synergy with that. And however they're communicating those, the coordination was always on. So the first triple altar phase is already popping up, so this is going to set the stage a little bit on which team is starting to take a small advantage, a small lead in all of this. So we'll see. Normally, of course, we're going to have the 2-for-1 split. Very, very rarely do you see a team dominating the entire first rotation here. I highly doubt that we're going to see that happen. But as it stands, bot lane already being fought over. Top left, top right get exchanged as you would expect. Down here, not so much though. Everybody is willing to fight. The globals are playing, of course, a big role now. Dehaka and Brightwing can help out. And they went full global. I mean, they're Falstad too, so it's 3 globals on one team. Macro game is their friend, but they're losing Falstad now. Then again, Genji dies too, but the dying isn't over yet. They're turning the bottom of the map into a graveyard with Muradin and Dehaka all dead. It's time for the blue team to lock in another altar. 4 more shots fired, and that puts the core on the right side of the map down to 32 points. With a solid lead in experience for Team Ash, and therefore an early level 7, which gives them now a small advantage as we're starting to hit all of this here. So, yeah, job well done. Get in this case the Oppressor again. The Desperate Prayer. And down at the bottom of the map, Denado and Drakia. Anduin is such a beta, it's actually insane. Like, the guy doesn't know which side to hold a sword at. At the same time, everything is like, the piercing light, the desperate prayer. I was like, dude, like, go into battle and just, like, screw all of that prayer and luck bullshit and just, like, do your best. He's such a beta, seriously. It's unbelievable. That guy is just... How can this guy be Varian's son? It always triggers me a little bit. It's just fucking crazy. Like, Varian, you know, he goes into battle with a battle cry, roars it out there time and time again. And then you got Anduin sitting in the back line, pulling people out and just watching Garrosh die. I mean, look at him. He just watched him die. He didn't help. He did nothing. It's just like, unbelievable. Varian, I blame you. I honestly do. Like, at this point, if your son turns out like that, at some point you gotta say, something has gone wrong. Something has gone seriously wrong. I mean, Varian was mainly absent, I would say. But yeah, you gotta toughen your son up a little bit. I'm sorry, dude, but you totally failed. You can't just come from a generation of warriors and then produce that. It's like, how does that work? It's unbelievable. Anyways, where was I? Ah, yeah. 4 kills to 2, and still a bit ahead in XP. But, luck, and goodbye, Muradin. Oh, yeah. Muradin is dead, and Lunara gets already flipped forward. Alright. A little bit more hoppity hop. And Sylvanas is getting the spear. Okay. What do we have in level 1? The Lightwell. Alright. And even the talent names trigger you, you know? Yes. Alright. Level 10. So, with that, we now have... That's when our combo comes online, right? It's combo time. 5 kills to 2 already. Look at this. Poor Sylvana. She's completely cut off from the rest of the team. Dehaka at least got the drag, but that didn't really help them. It was worth a try, I suppose. But now there's the moment where we can see the light bomb engage, okay? So at this point, this is really the moment where you can just come in with Genji, use a Swift Strike, make a play for the squishies. For example, him. And yeah, that didn't really work out. That was a little bit anticlimactic. Not like Anduin can't even do that right, you know. Genji is sitting there like, dude, not now, I don't have it, I don't see it. And Anduin is like, no, now, and it's like uses the ult, and Genji just sits there and is like, dude, seriously? So yeah, Anduin screwed even that up. It's pathetic. But anyways, yeah, that combo didn't work out for them in the slightest. So now they gotta wait 25 seconds, and then we're gonna have the ult back up. But yeah. Next, all is activating. I think, honestly, that's where the real party starts. Now that both teams have their level 10, we got the mind control too. So far, so good. Already, my try. He might get this one for free. Muradin. Yeah, the channel is through, though. They got one for free. Stormbolt doesn't hit either, and now the fight centers around the altar in the middle. So that's the next one. Yeah. Already the interrupt. Mirrodin. This time he hits the Stormbolt. Bambi! And gets saved by Garrosh. You know, that's a real man. That's an alpha right there. Garrosh is going full alpha mode on them and is saving the target. He's not afraid of dying. He sacrifices himself for the team. Anduin then again. Does he save Lunara? No, he doesn't. Lunara dies. The entire play doesn't work out for the blue team either. But they at least kill Sylvanas. Sylvanas down, but another drag by the dinosaur. Dehaka! Can they kill Morenas? Yes, they can. Denado taunts them. You know, he's in their face. Garrosh is there, going full alpha on them. He's like, I'm not afraid of you. In the middle of 4, and he just taunts all of them. Goes for battle, whereas Anduin is hiding in the back. But even that doesn't save him, because Mirrodin had enough of his little shit. He goes into the back line, takes Anduin down a notch, hammers that Stormbolt in his face, and ruins Anduin's hairstyle a little bit. That's where we are. So now we got 8 kills to 5. Nice kills on both sides, but it's the blue team that walks away with another altar. And yeah, things are starting to get a little bit better for them here. 8 kills to 5. Solid lead here. The birdies flying in. Some of the combos are not really working out the way that they were able to execute them in previous games. But outside of that, you can tell that Team Ash is now starting to make quite some headway here. They are trying for the invade though. Mind control. Alright. They're trying to get back in. There's the gust. They are still not giving up on it. But now Garrosh is dead. That bunker just came too late. Okay. Bunker came too late. Mirrodin is still hopping around here. And the rest of the team is attempting to follow up. It's always Dehaka. Look at these drags. Dehaka with a big drag here. That man is landing one after another. Anduin with the French defense. He's running away at full speed, but Mirrodin shows no mercy. They are down and they kill Bambi too. Lunara is dead, and now they are attempting to get even a 3rd kill. They're trying to go for Morenas. Everybody else is still alive. The red team is... I mean, honestly, they are really crushing it all of a sudden. Early game, there was all these small fights, these small skirmishes where the blue team started to pull ahead a little bit, and they still are ahead if you're looking at tower damage, sorry, at core damage. But the red team is fighting for every single inch of this. I like it. Now we got 2 altars popping up topside. Normally that's an even exchange. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. So now we got 24,000 on Sylvanas, we got 33,000 on Genji. Still waiting for the next engage with the light bomb. But especially Falstad is doing a bit better than I expected. Draka is able to keep Genji at bay to an extent. Another Stormbolt straight to the face. Careful. Mind control. Mirrodin alive. Taunt is out. Brightwing in trouble, but makes it into the backline again. Genji is right here though. No light bomb from Anduin. No light bomb. Genji went straight into 4 of them, but the light bomb wasn't there. Mirrodin is dead though. Mirrodin is down, Brightwing is down, and oh boy, the Russians are going ham, aren't they? 3 kills. It's a triple, baby! And they might even go for the double. One interrupt is there, but they can't interrupt this forever. Drakia is gonna try again, but they're going for gold. Look at this. They want it all. They're not only going for the altar at the top, no, they want 12 points in total of the core. They go for the boss too, and there's nobody that can stop them. So they are really snowballing this one hard. I mean hard. Renella with another channel. The core is already down to 16. We're gonna make it 12. And here it is. Bam! Straight to the face. The global strategy hasn't really worked out up to now for the 3-legged cat. They had a couple of nice fights, but they could also use the mobility of the globals, obviously. But besides that, they haven't been able to do too much on the macro side yet. Now, all the way up at the top, they can obviously capitalize on having the globals by getting the experience here and now move into the fight at the bot lane, if need be. There's already a gust. The Haka is still sitting tight, so they steal the camp away. Mirrodin was also occupying their attention from the top. But right now, there's the level 16 for both of them. We got the seasoned soldier, the glyph of faith after the speed of the pious. And with 11 kills to 8, there's still a lead for Team Ash on the kill count. But it's all about the globals now. Look at the minimap. Brightwing in the middle, the Hawk at the top. All of them just playing it safe. Here comes another play for Denado. Mind control, and there's the kill. The Haka, Brightwing, they are too late to the fight, but they still might get the drag on Bambi, and that's a kill. Lulnara is down, and maybe even Bishops. Heras jumps in once, jumps in twice, goes for Bishops, gets some damage, but it's not enough. But now they can snowball again. I kind of love how these teams are just going back and forth the entire time. Now, the problem for Team Ash is obviously that they not only are going to lose the bell tower at the bottom of the map, but it's also triple altar phase that is now popping up. I don't think they're going to lose all three. Garrus is going to be back in 8, 14, 13 for Lunara. But at this point, the three-legged cat goes for everything they can. They steal the camps away. They already have the Haka at the top. Anduin is on the left side, and that is going to be 10 shots fired because Brightwing was able to channel at the bottom. So yeah, easy 10 shots, and that's now 9 points to 22. Now, still a significant advantage obviously for Team Ash, but you can tell that the gap is slowly being closed here. And the one level lead that we have for the three-legged cat is obviously significant enough that it should concern the blue team since, well, level 20, if things stay the same, is going to be problematic. But yeah, so off we go. We got at the bottom of the map, now our little play here. Muradin. This little buggy. This little dune buggy. And they're still sitting in the middle. I haven't seen a great light bomb engage pretty much all game. So what we've seen that combo in this tournament in the early rounds by Team Ash. And it worked wonders. I mean, it was beautiful. Some of those triple engages that we saw from Bishops were fantastic. But they are a little bit off with the timing here on this one. So now that we're having another potential fight, Muradin makes it out. But yeah, they're getting poked. The Globals are helping them here. The Haka has continued to attack the top lane. Another tower is down. Might be a bit late on doing the work. But now down here. Yeah, Falstad gets attacked. Dracula is already moving out. Light bomb engage with Genji this time, but Muradin had his ult already up. They're going for the camp. He's trying to steal it. That's not gonna work. Brightwing is dead though. Brightwing is dead. I'm not sure if they can get the counter kill. He stole the camp. They gave him the camp. They get the kill on Blaze, but they moved away from the spot and he took the pumpkins. 4 versus 4, but he took the pumpkins away because the Haka burrowed and nobody else was on the point, and now it's likely that they're also going to lose the altar here. Yeah, Muradin was trying to get close enough, but that didn't work. More damage on Genji, but oh boy. 6 points on the core now. The double, that was a great hit. That was a fantastic hit. Can they kill Denado? Nah, they can't. But they can kill Genji. Problem for them is that they also lost Sylvanas in the same moment. Level 20 gives them another lead though. So level 20 is ready and Brightwing is going to be back. 79 stacks for Falstad, so he's doing really well. So Brightwing is already coming in with level 20. Let's see what we're going to get from them. Should get the Wind Tunnel, I suppose, here. Yep, already have that. Bolt of the Storm, I'd assume. We got the Contagion. Actually, Dark Lady's Call as the upgrade. Invisible Friends and the Unstoppable Force. Yep, that's the call right there. And now they... I mean, again, they should be able to escort at least 1 or 2 of them in. Yeah, there's the Wind Tunnel. 1, 2, 3 hits. And boom! Core down to 19. 19 to 6. It's getting really close here. I mean, really, really close. They have the lead with the 5 bell towers to 3, but they honestly need to win another fight or 2 if they want to be able to take this game. So they are definitely the ones that are in the driver's seat right now. But it doesn't matter, you need to catch it all. There's a double altar coming up. And that one's going to be super important now. Okay, so. Top lane is really difficult to reach now for Team Ash. With them losing that bell tower, the bottom altar is pretty much impossible for them to connect with. And no fucking way. Bishop survives. I mean, he has to put out all the stops and cooldowns, but he survives. But this one is a freebie. You can only access it from the top. There's no way from Team Ash to move in from the side. So the only one they can fight for is the one in the middle. But they're going to have their level 16. The question rather is, though, does that make a difference? Because a lot of the ults are already out. They're going for Denado, Renella, Wind Tunnel, great Wind Tunnel, and that also stopped Genji cold as he was trying to make a move. Triple kill, and now they need more. Get that Blaze, and then they can really start to push it. That's a minute down. Guys, at this point, you need to get the boss, and you want to get another one of those bell towers. If they can get this one right now, it's already 14 points to 6. If they can get it right now, it is going to be at least 6 points of the core plus the boss. They have it down to 4. They can also go for the triple if they have enough time. That's why Genji is trying to fight it out at the bot side and attempting to exchange a bell tower with them so that they have at least one available here. But yeah, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be a race. A big race between them. So already we got Dehaka at the top, pushing this in a bit. Brightwing is going to go for the channel here. They are not going for the boss yet. Camp has been taken, and they are starting to push this even further. 6 to 8. That's the situation right now. Genji tries to go for Brightwing and Falstad, but the two of them are doing the job here, and we got the pumpkins moving in. Even if they get all three connected with the boss, there's still 1 point on the core for the blue team. And I think they're going to defend this one either way. So at this point, it is going to be a full channel on the boss. That's 4 points off the core. 6 to 4. They are ahead again. But one team fight can flip the entire game. One team fight can flip the entire game. And Falstad, really, he won them the last fight, I think. His wind tunnel, keeping everybody at bay, that was absolute disaster for Team Ash. They had the light bomb on Genji. He wanted to engage into that choke point, and he couldn't because of Falstad's ult. Now we have another camp stolen away, but it comes down to the final bell tower. The final bell tower, the final altar is going to be at the bottom of the map. Likely the final one. Depends a bit on who takes it. But just imagine a scenario in which the three-legged cat can regain control over the bell tower here before the objective spawns. If that happens, then it's going to be a disaster because, yeah, blue team wouldn't be able to move in at all. But that's not really the case. And Falstad is dead. Falstad is dead. Yep. He came in, he tried to barrel roll away, and he rolled right into the corner. And now he's down. Oh, shit. 4 versus 5, Team Ash might have just won the game. They at least won themselves a chance to fight for it again. 4 points to 6, the channel is happening, it's going to be 4 points to 2. We're going to go for another objective, aren't we? There's the hit, they can't lose more. They cannot lose more. You can lose that bell tower, but you can't lose more heroes now. The bell tower doesn't really matter too much, honestly. Losing that is not that big of a deal. At the end of the day, whoever channels another altar is going to win the game. Either you take a boss, you channel an altar, or you escort a couple of pumpkins through. But with Falstad back in 9 seconds, he can always wind tunnel. Worst case scenario, they got to wind tunnel it. Yeah, but the birdie got caught full with his pants down. So that cost them the altar at the bot lane. And the next one is the double altar. Oh boy, this could even be a race. If the game doesn't end here. Because, yes, Falstad is back. It's a 5v5, but they have to take this down. Thank God for Sylvanas, right? She comes in, and they're making a play with her. Murden! The ult! Wind tunnel into the corner! Can they get the hits? They're looking for them, but they cannot get the engage, the isolation, the contagion. It's out. And here comes the kill on the Haka. Team Ash, everybody. Murden, in, out, jumps through. Joan is getting out of the fight. They at least were able to deny those pumpkins access. But 50 seconds on the Haka, and now the double altar is activating. Boss is up in 2 minutes. He's not going to play a role here anytime soon. Technically, they could try to go for this camp as well. Honestly, they should. But they're just simply trying to go for the channel. It's a 5 versus 4. They have the numbers advantage now. This is the opportunity to win the game. Oh, that jet propulsion didn't do anything, did it now? Yeah, they're trying to zone for bishops so that he can channel. Murden is going to move in here. And that's the end of Brightwing. That has to be game. That just has to be game. Johan is dead. Exactly 1 point on the core. 1 fucking point. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Falstad is down and Renella, he gets the shots fired. And this is game. We go to map number 3 in the second semifinal of the 5th qualifier for the X Cup Winter, everybody. Game number 3. We got Dragonshire as our final map between the two teams here. It looked good for the cat for quite some time, and then Falstad, I mean, he played a great game, and some of the moves that he made decided fights in their favor, but then towards the last battle he got caught with his pants down a little bit, tried to barrel roll away, and instead of getting over the debris, he rolled right into the corner and died. A painful death. The chicken ended up in the basket, and now that led to a victory for Team Ash after all. So it was an interesting game, but the cat has to fight again. If they want to go to the grand final, they gotta show up on Dragonshire. Now, we obviously expect outside of the Stukov and maybe even the Rhaegar ban, Jojo priority probably, to also see a ban on Rexa. Or a pick, one of the two. I mean, yeah, one of the things. So we'll see what exactly we're gonna do there. Zeratul, okay, is getting banned again. I'm honestly not even so sure if you need to ban Zeratul out here. I mean, yes, it's they played it, but there are a lot of other heroes where I feel they have much higher priority lately. But again, Rexa is a question. Jojo and Rexa are still two big question marks. Rexa great for the top lane. Johanna in general, one of the most popular frontliners right now. She gets banned, okay? And here comes Dracula with a Junkrat first pick. Okay. So, are we gonna get Rexa? Or maybe Rel topic? Blaze? Either way, I feel like the side laners are gonna get addressed very early on this map. And they go for Dehaka. Okay, so Nubarak and Dehaka. They go for a global here. And that gives plenty of opportunities for the cat to either go now into Rexa themselves, into picking Blaze, into maybe even going for Urel. I guess technically you could go into Leo too, but I don't really think that it's going to make a difference here for them. I don't think we're going to see Leo from them. And then of course the question still remains, what exactly is Bishop's going to go for? Alright, we got Garrosh and Lucio locked in. Bishops, Hanzo, Genji, Sylvanas? Or is this going to be the first Cassie game that he plays today? They like to play with their Anduin support. And even though the combos didn't really work the way that they intended to in the last map, generally speaking, they seem to be pretty confident with them. So maybe now. Banning out Blaze for the top side. Still saying, if you guys want to take Rexa, you're more than welcome. We have no problem with that. It's actually kind of funny. There's so many teams where you will, on Dragonshire, immediately see Rexa either being banned or taken. But in this case, we could end up with both teams ignoring him completely. But after Blaze gets banned, what else do you eliminate here? Genji, okay, they're kind of done with Genji. Don't want to have him anymore, so that's already taking one of Bishop's options away. There's the bird. They are going for the double global. All of a sudden it's a blue team with multiple globals. They could technically also still pick Brightwing if they wanted to. Similar draft to what the red team did on map 2. Yeah, the light bomb combo doesn't work anymore. They're still Anduin. They're still playing him. And that leaves us with Maitri. Now, to be fair, they could also decide that they're picking a hero for Bishops and then just simply swap in the swap round and give Falstad over to Maitri. Moment of truth for the red team. They took the initial lead in the best of 3 series. Then they got defeated. Barely. Close call on map number 2. Now they have to fight on map 3 again. And they are picking Lunara and Urel. Yeah, we talked about the Space Goat a bit earlier. And there she is. Lunara and Urel. And the last pick for map number 3. One of the teams moving on to the grand final to face off against Team Wah. The final hero is another damage dealer. The question is simply what? Traditionally, it's either Sylvanas or Hanzo. For today, things might change. The Dragonshire is also a very different map, obviously. It's Chromie! Alright. Chromie in the house, everybody. Dragonshire is the map, the final map between Team Ash and the Three-Legged Cat. So let's go and find out which team moves on to the grand final. Game 3, Dragonshire is the map, Renella on Anduin once again, Murenas on Dehaka, Denardo with a Nubarak, Mitra is playing Chromie, and Bishops on Falstad. Yeah, the Three-Legged Cat on the right side of the map is playing with Dracula and Junkrat. We got Herath on Lunara, Hornio on Urel. Johanan is playing Garrosh, and Captain Rax is playing Lucio. And with that, we can head straight into the final map of the series and figure out which one of the teams is advancing to the next round. Urel on level 1 with a Light of Karabor. And Chromie going straight into the Time Walker's pursuit over here. Alright, so Mitra, he's gonna try to poke them down from a distance. And talking about poking, we already have exactly that kind of battle here in the middle of the map. Now, the displacement that we're seeing from our boy Junkrat is obviously going to be fairly important as well. But yeah, already going for Chromie. She's getting slapped around a little bit, but she likes it. Yeah. And Nubarak likes it too. Chromie was always a bit of an odd one. She goes down first, but she had it coming. So the Chrome Star is dead. Easy kill early on for the red team. Also all of that set up by Lucio. Moved in for it, figured that out, and then they just isolated her, chased her down, and grabbed the first blood in this game. 1 minute mark has passed, so the cams are up on the map. Up at the top, we have our solo lane set up between the teams. So Hornio with his Urel, even camps are now taken at this point. So they're going for this one easy peasy with Mitra and Bishops, and as long as the red team doesn't make a play on the other side, that could threaten the top lane towers. Yeah, good luck with that, my friend. He definitely did not realize what he was jumping into. Yeah, he thought for a second that he would have an easy one there. If he gets the cooldown back, he escapes, but outside of that, even the tower, no. Yeah, he goes down. He thought there was maybe like 1 there, maybe 2, but he didn't expect 3 heroes to be there. So the Urel went full YOLO! YOLO'd hard into the camp, and then she was like, oh shit. So that was a present. That was an easy present right there. Like, hey, it's Christmas! So, yeah. Easy kill on Urel. Space Goat is dead. Pressure at the top. And it seems like he doesn't like to live either. So with all the globals around, he thought it was a great idea to just go for that fight. And they might even go for the Dragonite. Now, to be fair, Garrosh at least survived, so that's better than what we saw from Urel a second ago. But the Nubarak is now in the middle of the map and trying to get the first Dragonite. Space Goat is having other plans though, and is shutting that down. And at the top, they now recaptured the shrine, so yeah. It's gonna take a little bit longer for a Dragonite to be taken. But already a weird game. First we saw Chromie die, and in a pretty awkward fashion. I mean, yeah, I mean, she pretty much isolated herself. And then Urel commits Honorable Subaru and dies too. So yeah, now Falstad is dead. So we got a couple of easy picks on the map, and that allows the Three-Legged Cat to go for the camp maybe even. But another move for the Dragonite. So they gotta wait their turn. Junkrat is taking the shrine at the bot lane. It's a bit of an odd one, I gotta say. Game is a little bit weird, and the situation turns completely as the red team is now reversing all of this. The stun is there, but they might be able to... No, they're not gonna be able to grab it. The Haka is already coming in and gets immediately thrown around here. Garrosh, as usual, lifting from the legs, using his Indomitable as it stands. And now the Haka being extra low, they might get that Dragonite after all. Yeah, especially now with Urel already moving in. But at the bot lane, they're already taking that spot again. Maybe if Junkrat would have committed suicide for it, they might have had a chance, but I don't really think so. So here, this is a little bit low. They're all moving them away. The Carapace build for a Nubarak. We got the Choke and Pollen now. We got the Bog Down and the Boom Pow for Junkrat. And in the meantime, Falstad is stacking. Chromie was obviously just trying to fire away from a distance and keeping herself a bit safer than what happened in the early game. With Urel, we already have her with the Divine Steed and the Hand of Freedom. As mid lane, Lunara against Falstad. I mean, she's never going to take the Dragon Knight against it. But I like that there's continuous pressure on both sides. At first, it was a blue team that threatened the objective, and now we're seeing the same thing happening from Heras, who barely is not able to lock in objective number 1 in this game, because at the bottom of the Nether Shrine was retaken by Team Ash. So it's nice back and forth that we have between them. But at this point, Siege Giants, nicely done also. I mean, typical moves here in this case from Junkrat, just moving those Siege Giants into the range of the towers, thanks to the mine, so that they can easily defend this. Yeah, this one's the blue team again. Foster didn't even bother to go into the middle. He already realized that this is not going to happen. He was also a little bit low. Bishops on the birdie this time. But yeah, it's an interesting back and forth between the two teams. 1 kill to 2. Not really a big difference there. They try to make the dive. That didn't work out. Alright. Got a stun on Bambi after all. But Bishops is in trouble. Gets hit and nearly murdered. But there's the flip, and it might be the beetle that goes down. Denado has to escape and is able to get away. But they're the ones that are getting pushed down now. So, yeah, there's more calls being made by the three-legged cat, and all of these little skirmishes we see in the mid lane are more beneficial to them. Feels like every single time there's at least one blue hero that has to fall back and heal himself either at the fountain or even retreat to the Nexus. Now they're trying to go in for Anduin, but yeah, you shouldn't engage in the tower range the way that he just did there. So Garrosh is low, needs some healing, and the Haka has taken over the top again. Now you have to keep in mind that there's 2 globals for the blue team, so whenever the game opens up a bit and those forts get destroyed, there's more value to be had for the Haka and for Falstad, so the 2 of them can control those side lanes. We got also Decimate in for Garrosh as they're going for the next camp over here. No crazy ults taken here at all. I mean, again, the light bomb. This time they don't have the Genji engaged, but they can still use it with the Haka. Sorry, with mainly Anubarak, I would say. Time will tell. Yep, the poke battle is still there. Yeah, they're just all poking this out. A little bit of a mace to the face against the birdie. And Heras is always there to try and attack Falstad, who's already willing to Z out. There's the drag. Can they this time get the space goat? No, not yet. Alright. This is one of the things here on Dragonshire, that sometimes the first objective can be delayed by quite a lot. If the teams are evenly matched and are just fighting it out time and time again, back and forth, you know, then it can take quite a long time for the first objective to appear. Now we're 7 minutes in and we still haven't seen a Dragon Knight. We've seen 3 kills in total. Camps are a bit of a focus now for Team Ash. But generally speaking, we haven't seen a ton of camp control either. So it's not like the teams have just moved from one camp to another, trying to apply a little bit more lane pressure there. Instead, it's just a continuous battle, this ring around the rosy with those shrines, where they're attempting to ensure that there's not double shrine control for the opponent. But look at the experience. I mean, they're hitting level 12 at the exact same moment in time. So next up, level 13 talents. Falstad had to gust even. Falstad was so low, he had to gust. And Urel was thinking of engaging and hunting him down there. But they are going for another camp. And if they can get this one, that would be kind of neat. But they're already double checking. And hello, that's a kill. He's dead. Goodbye, Garrosh. That Riptire just came too late. There's a Cocoon. They want Bambi too. And that has to be a kill. Yes, get deleted. Lunara is down. Maybe now a Dragon Knight. That's 2 kills. And we're already 8.5 minutes into the game. But given the situation and the lack of control at the top lane, they just said, okay guys, we won't be able to transition up there and grab it quickly. So instead, we're just going to go for the Bruiser camp down here and then try and pressure that bot lane a little bit. The funny thing is that they're still not in a lead in experience. That's of course where the globals are playing the biggest role. The Haka also at the top was for just a second a bit in trouble, but down here it's the massive pressure play that we're getting from them now. Trying with 4 heroes to burn through that gate, which they successfully can, but the rest of the red team is now back up. and they can try to at least defend here. The fort is not getting too much damage pushed on it. Yrel has to sit in the mid lane to ensure that the Dragon Knight isn't taken. We're 9 minutes in, by the way. We haven't seen an objective yet, and they're reclaiming the bot lane. So as you can tell, everybody is fighting here. Both teams are fully aware that this is the final map of the series, the final map of the semi. They don't want to go down into the third place decider. They want to get those extra points that even the participation in the grand final would already guarantee them. And topside control in just a moment. They're going to lose it again. But for a second, they got double control here. The Haka is taking over. And here we go. Uh-oh, Yrel, careful. She could get caught. Everybody's trying to set up some kills here. That stun only hit one. They're going for the engage, and the quick hit against Yrel. Good drag from the Haka, but it's Denado who's in trouble, and Andon has to help him out with another pull, the turnaround attempt, and the Space Goat is getting out. Yeah, Yrel gets away, but this could be a kill, and it is. In comes Falstad, and he hammers down Garrosh. Garrosh is dead, and this could well be the first objective. They're still trying to interrupt here, but another potential kill as they go for Lulnara. Continuous moves by especially Junkrat as he's trying to set the grenades up, but the Haka gets it. And here we go, 10 minutes into the game, and it is the first Dragonite. As they go for the middle, they take down the first towers here, and finally we're going to get some structural progress for one of the teams. Team Ash also pulling slightly ahead in experience, and they're going for the two-pronged attack. They go for the bot lane, they have the Dragonite in the middle, and at the bottom of the map, they're trying to make a play for fort number 2. So, pick your poison. What are you going to lose here? Dragonite is in a little bit deep. Yeah, very deep. And the Arca will have to get out of this. I suppose he could have tried to save his DK a little bit longer, and then just play it out with, I don't know, maybe the Dragon's Breath. Topside, pressure. They haven't lost the structure yet, but as you can see, it's like every single lane that is suffering now. Every single lane is at least down to 50% HP. So they gotta be super, super careful. Because if there's another victory at any point in a team fight for Team Ash or another Dragonite for them, they are likely gonna take multiple structures. For now, it could be worse. I mean, again, if you just lose 1-2 forts here, this would be super annoying. This way they didn't lose a single one, but they have to make sure that they're winning a few of these fights now, or it's going to be a big problem for the three-legged cat. And obviously for Team Ash it would be a great comeback. They lost the initial map. They were down 0-1 after the first map of the series. So winning 2 in a row, that would guarantee them the slot in the grand final, which would be very annoying for the red team. But yeah, they're going to try and bring this back now. They're still in range. Experience lead is not too big. Experience, you can see the minion experience is a bit of a difference, but that's where the globals are kicking in. Bishops is again low, but he's still alive. Making a play for Lunara, and she's dead. She has to be dead. They need to get the kill here, and they do. And a follow-up kill is definitely possible. There's already a gust. They're isolating Lucio a bit. There's a stun. Kill number 2. Kill number 3 is in their grasp, but with the ult, Yrel jumps away. Oh, that was clutch. Nice move from Garrosh. Flipping Denado over there was pretty big, and then Anduin ensured that he didn't die and already dove out. So, yeah, a little bit of a teleport game between all of them there. More camps up on the map, and with the 5 versus 3 situation, things are getting better and better by the minute for Team Ash. They're now in a spot where they still have to save the heroes in the middle, especially Bishops is in trouble. But if they can... Well, the answer is they can't. So he's down, and is that a follow-up kill? That's a follow-up kill. That's the moment where the cats show their claws. I really thought that the 2 kills against the red team might just be the moment when Team Ash is starting to take full control of the game. And with them claiming the bottom camp, they could have. But thanks to that double counter kill by the cats in the mid lane, that brought them back. Now it's 18 versus 18, and they might even get that Dragonite. If Yrel, does she have her ult? No, she doesn't. Gets Cocoon too, and yeah, they lose the DK. So thanks to the Cocoon, the DK is lost. There's still the camp is also taken down, so that's not going to be a problem for them. But yeah, they're still buying a little bit of time. So there's already the channel. They're trying to come into the middle, but that's a Dragonite. Dracula is going to get it. That's a DK. Can they survive that fight at the top, though? Well, they might even get a kill. They're going for Lenado. Flip into the wall. There's the stun. And it's Anduin again that ruins the play. What do you know? Anduin useful. So Morenas, he's joining up with the rest of the team, but obviously the Dragon Knight is already active in the middle of the map. Bishops and the rest of them, there's pings everywhere. There's like, guys, we need some help here. So they're starting to make a move for it. And right now, that is fort number 1 in the game. We're pretty much continuing where we left off on map number 2. It's just an endless back and forth between the two teams. One kill after another. So, for now, fight at the bottom, fight in the middle, another gust to save the two globals. And you have to keep those in mind. Because as I highlighted a bit earlier already, once that the map opens up, once that forts are destroyed, the globals will play a big role here, and you can play around your opponent as time continues. We're already 15 minutes into the game, and level 20 is likely going to be hit by both of them around the same time. So the stronger catapults get, the more lane pressure you have, the more the globals will shine by escorting catapults towards the keep or core. Now, still, blue team needs to take a few of those forts down, but it's actually a very, very tense game here now. A little bit less kill heavy than some of the previous ones that they played against each other. But there's a lot on the line, of course, now. So, we got level 20. And with that, we have for Chromie, she obviously locked in the Piercing Sand already a bit earlier. We got Rewind, we got the Inner Fire, Contagion, and Wind Tunnel is in as well. Inner Fire is actually a funny description for what Anduin has there on level 20. A beta like him. I mean, lukewarm at best. We're talking about that Inner Fire. Yeah. But we got the 20s on the other side. And there's some real alphas over there. I mean, look at Garrosh. First of all, we got the Intensifying Toxting and maybe even a kill. Urel? Nope, she's fine. She is still good, she. We already got the Cannonball and we get the Titanic Might. You know, there we go. That's a real alpha move right there. Titanic Might. I mean, the name alone already, you know, you hear that and it's immediately like, oh my god. Titanic Might. Gotta stay away from that. 6 kills to 4. 16.5 minutes in. And they fight over the camp here. So yeah, Garrosh, he's riding a money pick too. I mean, he's riding a mount that shits money. How much more alpha can you get? Great Gust on the other hand. The birdie securing the play. And look at him, he goes to the front line. Faces off against them. He's right there in their face. That's how we gotta play it. Urel, she gets cocooned again. And these engages that we've seen with the Inkoon time and time again from Inuburak, they always felt like they were, I mean, pretty much setting them up for big wins here. So, for now, Shrine is popping up again. We got the 20s. Globals have started to do some work. And Falstad, of course, he is getting real value out of his ult, out of the Gust. It stole this camp away. And we're still fighting here in the middle. Morenas also gets the isolation out. The Contagion is in, is hitting 2, and they kill Garrosh. They had to team him with 5 because he's such an alpha that they can't go one-on-one on him. So they 5-manned him, and at some point, just to make them feel a little bit better, he decided to die. Now, for the red team, this is honestly, yeah, this is kind of rough because that's another Dragon Knight, and now we're 18 minutes in. Wrong, no, other side. No, on the right. Yes, right there. Helping out a little bit with Renella and Maitrai. And Nubarok was always a good guy, you know. He wasn't just, yeah, guys, I'm gonna help you out a little bit. Try to chase Morenas and get a kill there. Oh, beautiful! Nice dodge on Bishops. That was not too bad. They dodge it out. Now they can even try to turn it on to the birdie. But that was clutch. That was a real cool move there. They still lose the fort and they lose Urel too. But the idea was pretty awesome. Bit of an ass-kicking attempt against Lucio. But instead the Dragon Knight gets baited into the fort range and loses a lot of its hit points. They might not even get a keep here. I don't even think that they can get a keep. No, they can't. Urel is missing. It's a 5 versus 4. The Dragon Knight is nearly down. But that is that. So Lunara can still poke them out. She currently has 47,000 damage. Junkrat is ahead of her with a 51k. At least the fort in the mid lane gets attacked. But what I've been talking about the entire game is now obviously more true than ever. Globals on a big map. get those side lanes pushed out, get those catapults in. So, yep, bot lane, more and more control over this. 19 minutes in now. 19 minutes on the board. Hireth is dealing with the top side, and Yrel is back. The cats, they're on the defensive. They're on the defensive right now. They gotta be super careful. This one is obviously a loss. You're gonna lose this whenever anybody gets close. They lost every single fort then. But for now, they can still try and bring this back through team fights. Haven't lost the keep yet, so they still have something left on the macro end. But there's multiple camps now pushing in. There's the first camp already on the way, and the siege giants are starting to push in too. And that drag, beautiful! Dehaka, you beast! Morenas, look at him! And Lulcio, he gets obliterated. Okay, that turned quickly. That really turned very, very quickly in that fight. I thought they had a good chance, yeah, and maybe now with Falster dying, they still do, but they're definitely going to lose the keep. Garrosh and Lucio dying this fast, that was definitely unexpected. Now the core gets attacked, but I don't know if they can end here. They still got Chromie, but they don't have Falster any longer, and there's still Lunara. She's dealing with the siege giants in the back and eliminates those. Can those 3 end? Or those 4? I don't think so. I mean, I would be surprised. Look at this. Numaruk is already about to die. So he might survive. And thanks to Android, I guess he can. They just can't kill him. That stupid cockroach just doesn't want to go down. Ah, well, maybe now. Yeah, they can at least him. Okay. Anduin is dead. And Numaruk is still alive. Chromie gets chased. He has 50 hit points. 50 hit points, and here comes the cocoon. Stasis! Jump, baby! There's one! And she can't get him. At this point, Hordio is just like, fuck it. Even if I die, I just want to kill him. Yeah, can't get him either. Is waiting it out. Denado is hitting the fountain. And the cockroach survives, but the Dragonite has been taken behind all of this. Jesus, what a game. This turned out, this core attempt by Team Ash was just a little bit too much. They were really asking for too much here. The Dragonite doesn't even bother with the wall. He's like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna go for keep. And they might even get more. Dragonite gets his ass kicked. The cockroach does, and now they're gonna go for the core here. Guys, they're gonna go for game. Oh, Team Ash, they were so far ahead, and then they got too greedy. They got way too greedy. They might burn the Dragonite down, but it seems like this is gonna be game, isn't it? Lunara, with all the acid that she brings to the table, is just murdering it, and that is game. The 3-legged cat, everybody, wins the series and moves on to the grand final. They take down Team Ash with the 2-1 victory in this X Cup Winter qualifier.